Good evening and welcome. It's another match reaction show brought to you by the Scarf Bergara War, sponsored by Overpass Clothing and in conjunction with Edgeley Con Club Coaches. I'm not Jimmy Harmer, obviously. Jimmy's gone off to Germany for a couple of days to get some umper band practice in. I'm sure he'll be back for the Port Vale game on Tuesday. In tonight's episode, we're going to go through the Peterborough game. Another early kickoff. I think it's our 7th early time shift kickoff for Sky TV this season. Today, I am joined by the birthday boy, Steve, Dave, and I think it's his match reaction debut, Andy. So, hi, guys. How are you all?
Good, mate. Yeah.
Good.
Thanks for having me.
Well,
Thanks for having me. I just bullied my way in, to be honest.
Well, it's not all about you, is it? As we found out on Wednesday.
Yeah. Russ has always said it's me time on the main show. But in fairness, the second I knew Jimmy wasn't on this podcast tonight, I'd be like, oh, I'll do it with these three. Yeah. At least Jimmy's not on here, so yeah.
So we got the positivity of Andy that still thinks we're in line for automatic promotion. But obviously, yeah. So yeah, Peterborough.
Well, in fairness, if Cardiff got points for whatever reason and we finish third, then yeah, stranger things have happened.
Well, we can only hope. Right, let's go through the lineup. Steve, have you got the lineup for us?
Yeah. I mean, not a lot changed really, has it? It's kind of usual goalie, same Corey doing his stuff every week now, which is quite impressive. For the back, with the only change being Shea Gardner coming in at that kind of problematic right back spot. What's continuing at the back with Pye, Taylor doing at left back, and then Norwood and Bailey in the middle with that kind of 3-1 up front with the incredibly attacking lineup. And it's looking really good with Sidney B up front, and then just behind him, Malik, Louis Barry, who was just outstanding, and Josh Stokes. But yeah, so the right back position, I guess if anyone got 11 out of 11, well done to you.
Yeah, definitely. I was nowhere near getting 11 out of 11. For me, obviously, the swap of Barry being on the left, but like I say, them three playing behind Sidibe was sort of swapping over every sort of 10, 15 minutes, I thought. But Barry just looked so much more comfortable, I thought, on the left-hand side in that. But yeah, for me, game, I thought we started really, really well on the front foot, which was good to see. Played with a lot of tempo. How did you guys find that sort of first 5-10 minutes?
Go ahead, Dave. I'm just a guest, mate. You take the lead.
Me too. I'm a guest. I'm always a guest.
You're a guest every 3 weeks, mate.
No, I think we started quite brightly, didn't we? Had a couple of chances early on. They had a good chance quite early on as well with their lad, and he put it right into the Cheadle end, didn't he? But yeah, I thought we started really, really well. Very positive.
I tell you what did start well, the atmosphere. I don't know how it sounded in the Cheadle end, but where I'm in the Danny Bergara stand, it was outstanding yesterday. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, it was. It's I think the sun helps. I genuinely believe that everyone's out. I had a few beers before, and like even now, I've changed our tactic a little bit with the drinking. I'm still drinking, but we've sort of have the extra pint now downstairs in the sunshine, and I don't know. There's just something about yesterday. Whereas the game on against Mansfield, I think the atmosphere was very nervous.
Yeah.
Because we still needed that 3 to 4 points. I just got that feel that everybody was nervous. And I don't know if you still play the Challoner clip, but I don't know if you noticed the sort of like body language. Even Challoner felt relaxed after in yesterday's interview. You could tell.
So why the difference yesterday though? Because it's the same principle. So what changed?
Early kickoff, people drinking. the sunshine. Everyone's happier when it's sunshine.
And it's not Mansfield.
And it's not Mansfield. Yeah, there is.
That's it.
And also, you've got more people. Midweek games are always going to be trickier. People finish work, whereas Saturday, the majority of people that are going to the game are off, aren't they? And I just genuinely think it's the sunshine and beer. What can go wrong?
Yeah, I say good comment there. Like I said, that Mansfield sort of voodoo they have over us. Like you say, we just sort of half expected it, didn't we? I think on Tuesday that it was a game that if we got a draw out of it, I think we'd all been happy with it. Expectations, I think, were that we were going to win on Saturday. And like I say, we started off really, really well, really sharp, I thought, on the front foot, really exciting, that attacking force, should we say. And we sort of got the ball up to them a lot quicker. Rob has just messaged in, felt more nervous going into yesterday than Tuesday, if anything, with a game less too. Agree, though, the players looked more relaxed from the get-go. Yeah, definitely. And like I say, just front foot football, I thought. But it's like I say, I was saying to Toby, I didn't come. I watched it on the stream in the end. I did plan to come up, but obviously finishing work about 3:30 in the morning and having to leave the house for 6 o'clock for an early kickoff just completely scuppered it.
Needs to show more commitment than that, Dan, to be honest.
I'm sorry.
Was you doing one of your 15-hour days like Andy does?
Well,
do you know what?
Don't start.
Do you know what it was though? Yesterday, I think the last two games, the way we've been attacking has been awesome, and I think it's down to the injury crisis. Basically, Charlie's been forced into playing 4 at the back, hasn't he?
Yeah.
And that's playing into our hands, not defensively, because we still look suspect at the back every now and again, such as the goal yesterday. I mean, that was not the best defending, really, was it? But playing that 4-2-3-1, and you see the likes I mentioned at the beginning, Stokes and Mothersill and Barry, the link-up play between particularly Stokes and Mothersill or Stokes and Barry is phenomenal. It's just like superb. And then you've got Adama up front just running himself to the ground. I don't know, we just look really good going forward. And I think my fear is if all the injuries get sorted and we go back to putting, 3-5-2 with Wootton up front and crossing the ball in, I like the way we're playing right now. It's good. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I agree. I right now, I think if we get an actual recognised defender back going into the playoffs, I think Wootton deserves a break anyway. So I think, as Charlie said in his post-match, he might, whether that's a break going back up top, but right now he's working for us. I felt the last few games, even the Mansfield game, we had those chances to either equalise or, whatever afterwards. But I just think something's clicking at the moment, especially between, and I know he's got his critics. I've been one of them with Mothersill, but he does play well with Stokes and he does play well with Barry, switching between the two flanks. But I was really, really impressed with Stokes and Barry link up. It's like, going back to, I think we mentioned it on the Wednesday show last week, that it's almost that sort of Nick Powell, Lemonhay Evans link up where they just read each other so well. And at the moment, whilst we've got a makeshift defence, I kind of feel like, I think one of you mentioned it off air before, that it's going to be, we'll just have to go into a game and score more than you. Kind of the same sort of feel that, who was the team that Alan Armstrong managed in the Conference North?
Oh, who was it?
Was it
Blythe, wasn't it? Blythe Spartans.
Blythe had the worst defence ever. But boy, could they score goals. And their mentality was, we'll just score more than you. So we'll win games.
It's funny, Andy, because yesterday during the game, I had that Vindaloo song in my head all through the game. We're going to score one more than you.
Yeah.
And it was just going around my head. So that's how it feels like at the moment. It's like when I did the Peterborough kind of preview, and said, what do you think the score is? I said, I went for 3-2 because we're going to concede goals. But oh my God, the attack is phenomenal at the moment. And, you know, early on in the season, we couldn't create chances. We complained about how we progressed through the final third, and now we're kind of it's just linking up so well. I mean, Dan, didn't you have some stats on how many shots we had in that first half?
Yeah, I was going to say, I know Andy will love the XG, but the XG was 2.92. 28 shots we had in that game. So same again, ridiculous amount of shots. And like I say, most of them were inside.
Thanks, everyone. I'm going now. See you later.
Number of touches in the opposition box, 45. So we're getting into that 6-yard box. We're playing ourselves into the 6-yard box. Some might still say we're taking that extra touch too much. But yeah, it's a lot better to watch as well. And we talked about, you obviously mentioned about Mother's Hill. The bit that I really enjoyed about Mother's Hill was his work off the ball. I know some of his shots, he could have probably put his foot through it. That third goal doesn't happen if Mother's Hill does not track back and wins the ball back in midfield and puts the pressure on, and we turn it over quickly. So, yeah, Mother's Hill, I just wanted him to score. Yes, in front of the Peterborough fans that were giving him all the stick, especially when we played at Peterborough. I'd have loved it. I would have quite happy Parry not to get an hat-trick actually and just get 2 goals and Mother's Hill.
I was going to ask this question and just following on from that. What would you rather, a Mother's Hill goal in front of the Peterborough fans or a Barry hat-trick? And for me right now, Barry is more likely going to give you more confidence and consistency going forward with a hat-trick than. Don't get me wrong, I'm liking Mother's Hill at the moment. Yes, some of his passing and even shooting is a bit questionable at times, and I owe Scouse Steve Cunningham a formal apology because apparently I said something on the Wednesday show that he messaged me straight away saying, why are you saying stuff about me when I can't defend myself? So, Steve, I'm sorry. Everybody knows you like a moan, okay? So I just took it the wrong way. Anyway, there's something about Mother's Hill, and what you were saying there, Dan, that he's actually doing the bits that he wasn't doing at the start of the season. So he's not amazingly consistent at the moment with his goals but what he is doing, he's doing that little bit of dirty work, the tracking back. And I think he lost the ball and he didn't win the ball back. I think it led to one of their shots at the end when Che was obviously got caught napping. But it came from, it's the same passage, I think it's right. It all came from Mother's Hill losing the ball. Now, I don't mind him losing the ball. What I loved is the fact that he ran all the way back to try and put their player off. And at the start of the season, he wasn't doing that.
Yeah.
You know, so, yeah.
Question from Paul Milligan. Do you think Stokes works better in the middle and Mother's Hill out on the right? Because they say they sort of changed about a lot, didn't they? The them three, it was a bit hard to keep on who was playing left, who was playing right. I think Barry and Mother's Hill both swapped over a few times. I think Mother's Hill had a little stint in the middle. I thought Stokes was really effective in that first half. I think as the game went off, he sort of disappeared a little bit in his effectiveness. But he's one of them for me. If he gets the ball anywhere around that 18-yard box, he's really, really can do some damage. So it's one of them ones. Same again, we've seen it with Barry, Mother's Hill. I think they just all have to sort of get on the ball at some point. From Rob again, think Mother's Hill played in an attacking three behind the striker at Peterborough. The current setup probably suits him better. Yeah, I think we are. Well, I think we said it before. We're starting to play to his strengths now. So yeah, it's definitely a long it lasts, to be honest. Because like you say, as we know, defensively we ain't that good. But in all fairness, Che Gardner went in at right back. If I weren't giving man of the match to Barry, I was probably going to give it to Che Gardner, to be honest. I don't know. Dave, what do you guys think?
Dave, what did you think of Che's performance?
I thought he did really well, to be honest. I mean, I think in like the first half, when he sort of, there was a guy that was just about to cut inside him and take the ball towards the goal. And he sort of hooked his leg around the guy and it went out for a throw-in. And I thought that was really good. And that was kind of one of them things where it sort of boosted his confidence that he'd not got done off the guy, And from there, then I think, and he's always going to be out of place a little bit every now and again. because when you think that's not his preferred position on a pitch, so he's going to get caught out of position the odd occasion. But I thought he did really, really well, to be honest.
I thought
throughout the whole game.
Go on, Steve.
His touch was amazing. His first touch of the ball, the way he controlled the ball, and it's superb. And the way he looks for the right pass every time. And I was really impressed with him because I'll be honest, I was a bit concerned before the game because he's not a right back, is he? They're trying to convert him into a right back, but he isn't a right back. Yeah. We played that game yesterday with the most attacking left back we've got, who's really a left wing back, left midfielder, Carl Wootton, who's a striker, and Che Gardner, who's a forward right back. So it was madness. But we're just testing a bit of a new functionality in terms of these polls. So this could be car crash, or it might not be. But if you want to vote, who do you think should play the right back position? I'll give you 4 options. Just put it in the chat, and it should update it. Hopefully.
Yeah, it's. I thought, like I say, for a young lad, he didn't let anybody down. To be honest, I thought he was absolutely outstanding. Attacking wise, he wanted to bomb down that wing every opportunity he could. Same, he's a bit very much like Oldham Bailey. I find him really tidy on the ball. Doesn't get lost. There was one opportunity where it really weren't his fault, where he got caught short, where we've gone to clear and it's got a deflection, and it ended up being the perfect pass to I think Lisby, who should have scored but ended up Corey making a fantastic save.
Sorry to tell you, Dan. That first goal, all came from Che winning the ball back, and then he passed it to Mothersill. And I before the game started, I walked past a lot of people queuing up for an ice cream, and they all had Gardner on the backs. So I said, "Oh, Che Gardner fans, he's absolutely brilliant, isn't he?" And then someone who I didn't even recognise, I think it was his dad, but I didn't know that until when I walked past, he just said thank you. So I thought, oh, thank you. Why would you say thank you unless you were like family? So I went back and said, are you family? And started chatting. And then I was sat just behind where they were, and he happened to look round at the same time when we scored the first goal. And I just gave him a clap, because that goal doesn't happen unless Che wins that ball back. And Charlie even said again in his post-match that he's going to allow for Wootton to make mistakes, and he's also going to allow for Che to make mistakes, because they're completely playing out of their positions. But I tell you now, based on the poll that you put in there, Steve, well, Roman Dixon is that's his preferred position, isn't it? But Che looked like he'd been playing with us all season in that position. Yeah. He didn't look like what's the saying? A fish out of water.
Yeah. No, definitely. I mean, all you would say with Che, and I think Challen has said this before, that he's just body weight, isn't he? If he bulks up in the gym and over the summer, he's an absolute talent, because I think he could play centre midfield, he could play on the wing. I think he can play as a number 10. I think he is we've bought obviously Mothers Hill in, we've bought in Brad Hills, young players for a lot of money, but I honestly think Che Gardner, the way he keeps on developing, he's the one that's going to catch a lot of people's eyes, I think, over the next 18 months.
I know the Bolton fans all keep tabs on him, because I mean his dad's a cult hero there, isn't he? And
Ricardo,
and they're always watching what he's up to. And if you read their forums, I'm a bit sad like that for reading opposition forums, but they're always they know exactly when he's playing, when he's not playing, when he's coming on sub. And it was noted yesterday in their forum that he played, so that's quite interesting.
I was going to say something then, but I get absolutely lynched.
So what do you 4 guys think on the poll, though, in terms of who would you go for? I mean, it looks like most people listening are saying Che, but what do you reckon?
I'd go for
Why
Che.
not? Why not? Yeah, just give him a go. He didn't disgrace himself yesterday by any means, stretch of the imagination. You know, he did all right. So why not just keep the shirt in it? You know, stay with him. Did okay.
Where O'Keefe, is he on there? No, I'm joking.
No, we might play against him though on Saturday.
Yeah, Che Gardner all day long. He just didn't look uncomfortable, and he kind of struck the balance between he was good defending wise. Yeah, all right, he made a couple of mistakes, but he's going to. Every player does throughout a whole 90 minutes anyway. And his passing was absolutely. You mentioned it earlier, Steve. His passing was brilliant. It is unbelievable. It is just. And he's got pace. He's if he can just bulk out a bit, and he doesn't necessarily need to bulk out a bit. But as Charlie, said that until he bulks out or until he gets more physique, he's going to struggle playing in that sort of Barry role, isn't he?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just brilliant. I agree with you, Dan. I think if it wasn't for Barry's hat-trick, he was definitely well up there for man of the match.
Yeah, I think he's good enough to start games. Obviously, as the game goes on, he's gonna fade a bit. So after 70 minutes, 75 minutes, I think that bring him off and put somebody on there just to stir it up. Even if it's just playing Cresty as a right back, to be honest. But yeah, I think he deserves to start every game. So we got one. Sorry. Is Roman Dixon injured, or is Che just keeping him out of the team?
He's not injured. I don't know why he's not in the team. Have you heard that?
I can tell you why.
Go on.
Starts with and ends in it.
I think you're harsh, mate.
No, I am being a bit harsh. He's just not felt. I've just not felt comfortable. Like the first couple of times that we saw him, thought his pace is brilliant. I think he's better suited sort of further up the pitch with his pace. His crossing's questionable at times, but at the back, it just looks very ropey. He's not shit. I know he's not. He's from Everton, isn't he? He's obviously got something. But
it's like it's his first loan outing, in it. So, as we've said before, and I think Leyton Orient found out last season, when a player goes out for their first loan from their parent club, it's rather hit or miss. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. He's going to be a good footballer, but at the moment, he's just, with all the injuries we got, and obviously, I don't know if you guys are aware, but obviously it was announced that Dodgson's got glandular fever, so he's going to be missing maybe for a few weeks or maybe for the rest of the season, because obviously it's one of them ones that affects different people in different ways. People get over it really quickly, or they can take months.
It solves the loan issue out, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, as well. Yeah, it's one less loan that he has to pick in the squad, because you can only have 5 loan players.
Oh yeah.
Well, I think that's why he didn't pick Dixon in the team as well.
Right. Okay.
Because of how many people we had like playing and on the bench that are on loan.
Yeah.
So
who are the loans then? So Barry.
Yeah, Tanto.
Barry Stokes. Tanto.
Roman
was on
Dixon.
the bench.
Ben Osborne.
He wasn't on the bench.
Yeah,
Osborne.
Yeah. And Barry. Have we said Barry?
Yeah.
Have we actually spoke about Barry yet in this show?
We're building up, Steve. We're building up.
Oh, we haven't got to the first goal. Yeah, I was going to say.
I can't believe it.
That's the next half an hour.
Well, he didn't do much, to be honest, did he? So yeah, we got 1-0 down after we start the game really, really well. Which is sort of like kicked us in the teeth at times, hasn't it, this season, where we've had good possession of the ball, we've had good chances, we've not taken the chances, and what happens is, they get our half chance and put it in the back of the net. But we responded. I thought we went back on the front foot. We responded, we kept on getting the chances, and obviously, like you say, a cracking start of play from Gardner. Lovely ball down the line. Sidibe, first touch. That's all I kept to say. Just get the first touch. Just nicks it away brilliantly. An awful pass from Sidibe, I thought, because he's played it behind Mother's Hill. I think that's why Mother's Hill slips.
Yeah, it slips. Yeah,
because the ball just
did he slip? I've tried to watch the replay over and over. I'm not convinced that there wasn't a little push there just to put him off balance a little bit.
I just thought the ball was a little bit behind him. He was picked out, but it was never for Mother's Hill, and it was for Barry all along, because it was a perfect ball for Barry, who just absolutely just.
Let's go with that, Dan. Let's go with that. It's a perfect ball for Barry. Let's not dim down the, he didn't even see Mothersill. It was all the way for Barry. I do think you're being, whether you think it's for Barry or not, I do think you're being a little bit harsh because I thought it was a great cross. It was low, it was hard, it was in the right area. It's up to Sidibe to do that bit. He can't control the other people. It's up to them to be in the right place.
Yeah.
Look at me with all the technician stats.
Quick question: do we have to pay for Barry if we speak about him in the first 45 minutes of the show? That's obviously regards to. I think it was confirmed that we have a deal with Aston Villa that we only, if he didn't play more than 45 minutes, we didn't pay any money at all. Once he's played 45 minutes, we're on a sort of pay-as-you-play deal with him going forward. So I'm quite happy if we, I don't know how much we have to pay per game, but who cares if he's scoring 3 goals a game?
I think Ian was joking there, Dan.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to put what the joke was because, like I say, I don't know if people were aware that there was a deal that if he didn't play at all, we signed him. If he didn't play, couldn't get more than 45 minutes of game time, then it was no money went exchanged hands with Villa.
I'll be honest with you, Dan, and I say this with love. Ian sat there at home kicking himself because you've just explained his joke that it didn't need explaining.
You know that first goal yesterday, though? Do you know, I was watching it, and the ball, when it came across the goal, and if it had been someone else in that position where Barry was, you wouldn't be confident the score, would you? Do you know what I mean? We're blasted over. I mean, Malik Mothersill, he's got a soft shot in him 9 times out of 10, hasn't he? But you've seen Barry lining that up on his right foot, and you thought, there's only one place this is going. And I was so pleased. I was so pleased for me. I was so pleased for him. It was just, immense. And that was the start of his performance, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That Stoke shot. He deserved that. He absolutely. And can I just say another thing as well? Bailey, with his little bit of trickery, Bailey can shoot from outside the box. He can hit the post. The keeper can tip it round. The majority of, if all of Bailey's shots go in, he's scoring worldies. He gets into the perfect position and then just passes it to the keeper. I'm like, what is that?
Wrong foot. Wrong foot for me. He needed to take it with his other foot and just put his foot through it.
But that Stoke shot, that was just that deserved, just because again the link-up play between, it was Barry wanted it, that dummied it, he sort of shimmied it to sort of let it go, and it just deserved a goal. That is unbelievable.
Yeah, I say that attacking 4 is starting to really sort of get you excited, really. And I think that attacking 4 as it is probably the best in the division if they are all firing as they have been doing, for sure. So we get back in the game, 1-1, and then we score a goal and we seem to sort of like let the team get back into the game. With it, and they sort of took about 5 minutes for us to start getting back on the front foot, and I thought we were a bit unlucky, like you say, not to go in at half time actually winning.
We did have 20 shots, didn't we?
Yeah. I don't know what did you got? What were your sort of feelings at half time? Is this a game that we were going to chuck it away, or we were just going to absolutely annihilate them in the second half?
No, there was no point. Even when they scored, it was annoying because, but I'll be honest with you, I don't mind right now because we are scoring. I don't mind, and the way we're set up and we play, I don't mind conceding early doors, because if we score early doors, we tend to sort of drop off a little bit, don't we? Whereas we had no choice yesterday. We conceded early, and we didn't. And even at that point, I felt. No, I didn't feel like, this is going to be a whitewash, or, we just carried on and we pressed and we played our own strengths that we had.
I was nervous until we scored 3 goals, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we just keep letting goals in, don't we? We just keep letting stupid goals in. And until we got that 3rd goal, I was not confident at all.
But the first goal is all avoidable if Teo's a little bit stronger.
Isn't that the point? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I must say that their first goal though is really good centre forward play because he sort of drawn Pye and Woods into that position and then sort of took 3 steps back to create the space for himself, and that he got picked out. And absolutely brilliant centre forward play, I thought. And like you say, just a sucker punch. But yeah, half time comes, we come out second half, and it was brilliant. Back to the county we know. We start on the front foot, look to finish the game off, looking for the balls. Same again, one note I made, the amount of second balls that we were winning. I thought over the pitch, we hurried them. The press was really, really good with that front four as well. Bailey was winning the ball back. Norwood was winning the ball back. And that second goal, was it 3 minutes into the second half? Really, really sort of like emphasis on the fast start that we had in the second half.
Yeah, it was good.
I missed it. And in fairness, though, the owner of the podcast, he missed it as well.
Oh, you're chucking Russ under the bus there.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, so it was Russ's fault that you missed it.
Waggy missed it. Ian missed it, but he misses them all. But yeah, I've seen it since, and it's just a Barry-esque goal, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know, like, you can't defend it, can you? How do you defend that? Even every single person, fan,
keep
player,
him on his left,
position, keeper, you are.
Keep him on his left.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
If you can.
Yeah.
If you can.
It's just that everybody knows what's going to happen, and he still pulls it off. It's just unbelievable. Just a comment there, actually, from Worsley SCFC. Probably I'm being a little bit harsh, putting that first goal on Teo, but without that cross, it's not a goal, is it? So, and again, I respect opinions, we all do. But there were a few errors prior to that, but yeah, I just think he's got to be a little bit stronger.
Yeah. He had a decent game though, didn't he?
Oh, don't get me wrong. Again, he more than made up for it, because without that pass, that killer pass that Paul Milligan said earlier, he doesn't, Barry doesn't get that ball, does he? And then his hat-trick sort of slips away. But yeah, what a sublime pass that was.
Dave, what do you think of Corey's performance yesterday?
I thought his first kind of involvement where he sort of flapped at the ball, if he's maybe about a foot smaller, I was a bit like, oh, what's he done there? But he did enough, and he did exactly what he needed to.
He did some good saves as well, didn't
he? Yeah, and I'm getting to that, Steve.
This best be positive, though, Dave. This best be positive.
Yeah. No, it's 100% positive, mate. Yeah, absolutely. Since like he's got himself back in the team, and I've probably been one of his biggest critics, and I've said many a times it's all about his confidence with him, and he seems to be in that moment where his confidence is sky high. He's keeping Ben out of the team now. He's making decent saves. His footwork is second to none, with his calm, collective passing out from the back and stuff. And he makes me shit my pants at least 3 times a game, because sometimes you just think, well, if he's any more laid back, he'd be lying down, I think
when he gets bored, though, he got bored, didn't he, and come out for a header at one point, didn't he?
He did. Yeah,
that's brilliant.
And yeah, he made a couple of good saves again yesterday when we was like winning 2-1. So I've not got an issue with how he's playing at the minute. Not at all. He's doing enough, and sometimes he's pulling off absolute belting saves. So fair play to him. He just seems to have picked himself up, and now he's getting on with it, and he's doing really, really well. Long may it continue.
I mean, that comment from Phil Lloyd, the big thing for Corey at the moment is he's feeling the love from the fans. And I think he's 98% there now, isn't he, with the fans? There's still a few sat around near me who complain, when he's not coming out of his goal, but then complain when he's coming out of his goal to play a centre-half centre.
Yeah.
There'll be still fans moaning about Wootton, to be honest. Let's be absolutely be honest that he's not scored enough goals. I'm not having a go at you, Rob.
The also thing though is there's a couple of comments around me saying why has he not done better? Why is he saved that with his knees and not his hands? And I'm like, well, he's a keeper. He can any part. What would you rather him do? Try and catch it with his hands and make a mistake or fumble it, or just get it out for a corner, get it out for a throw in, then deal with the next problem. For me, he made 2 absolute game-changing saves.
Belters in the second half, both quite low down to his right and that, both then went out for corners, and we dealt with the corners afterwards. So fair play.
I honestly think if we carry on playing the front four we've got at the moment, Corey will get an assist by the end of the season. Because with that pace up front, if he can get hold of the ball, he can kick it, he can throw it, he will start counter-attacks really, really quickly. As long as we can that front four up the pitch, I think Corey will get an assist by the end of the season.
Yeah. Or a goal. It seems to be in the water these days, doesn't it?
Yeah. Only if he plays for Exeter, though, eh?
Spot on, Phil Lloyd. Spot on. Yeah. Phil Lloyd just said, Andy, it just shows that they have never played as a keeper. You and I know what it's all about. And it is. It's absolutely spot on, Phil. It doesn't matter, does it? What does it matter where he's, it's like with a defender. Would you rather the defender do all the fancy stuff or just kick it out? I'm quite sort of old school when it comes to that sort of defending. If you're confident on the ball and you can play out with the ball, do it. But there's certain times that just require you to do a Peter Kay and have it. Put your laces through it.
And in fairness, Jay did that a couple of times. I noticed as well, weren't there? There was where you weren't messing about with it. Dropped him in the 18-yard box from a corner or something like that, and he just put his foot through it to the halfway line. Weren't messing about.
Well, what I don't like is putting your laces through it. Just to a few games back where Challoner was saying that defense were just kicking it up the field just to get rid of it so they don't have to deal with it. That I don't like. But if it means just kicking out for a throw in or a corner or what have you, do it, because we'll deal with the next issue that comes along.
Yeah, defend what's in front of you.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, another comment. Yeah,
true story.
Yeah.
Yep.
Obviously, hat-trick for Barry. In all fairness, he could have had his hat-trick before he actually scored it, weren't there? There was a chance where Sidibe sort of put him through.
Keeper saved it.
Yeah, he didn't lift it over the keeper enough, and the keeper saved it. Then his hat-trick, like you say, cracking ball from Eden. Defender just got a toe to it, which probably helped it a little bit into the path of Barry. And like you say, from there, you'd put your house on him scoring from that position, Barry. That's bread and butter for him, to be honest. Yeah, and like I say, it could have had 4 or 5, I thought, in all fairness, without him really doing them sort of real electric runs that we have seen him do, pick up the ball and run and take defenders on. I thought it was
probably... give him a chance.
Well, I know that you're saying he scored 3 goals. Everyone's saying Barry's back, but I still think he's only probably 60, 70, 80%.
Nah, you're right, Dan. He's only about he can't be fully back yet. But if this is Barry halfway back or 60% back, I'm all for it.
Here's one for you then. Why does he only do it for Stockport County?
Yeah.
Because he fell in love with a loan club.
Well, he must have done. I actually saw that though yesterday, and when they came round doing the lap of honour, he sort of went like that and then kissed the badge.
Yeah,
and it's like, I like that. Do you know what I mean? It's strange as a lot, from a long player to sort of do that, but he just gets it, doesn't he? Do you know what I mean?
Well, did you listen to his interview on BBC? Basically, well, you put it in our comments actually, Steve, didn't you? And it was just the way he's always been very open of that. He loves county and he loves the people, but he's just so respectful of coming back and the faith that the management and recruitment team put in him when he was injured. And he said it about 3 or 4 times that interview, didn't he? He says, I just want to repay the faith that they put in me. And, by us doing that, we strengthen that bond that we have, not only with Aston Villa, but with Barry as well and his family. And if you listen to it, it's worth a listen. If you can, is it on BBC Sound, Steve?
Yeah. I don't know if we can include the link in here or something afterwards or in the YouTube section.
But have a listen, because the closing statement, and I don't want to ruin it for you.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable. When he's asked, "Do you think it's Stockport County's time?" His closing statement is, "Yes, full stop," and then it ends.
Just ruined it for everybody.
I don't care.
No one needs to listen to it now.
Hey, well, no, because it's still worth.
See, with Barry,
like you're the waggy of the Sunday, Steve.
With Louis Barry, I've got 2 hats on. County hat on. I wanted him back in the summer. A Louis Barry fan, I didn't want him back at County. As a Louis Barry fan, I wanted to see him go to the Championship and rip it up. I wanted to see actually get into the Aston Villa first team and rip it up, because I think he's capable of doing that. I was Barry coming back to Stockport County this season. I'm a Louis Barry fan. I'm a bit disappointed, because it means it's not worked out for the poor lad, and he deserves it. As a County fan, over the moon, because if we can put them sort of performances in 3 times more before the end of the season, we've got a chance at Wembley. Simple as that. But
if Barry goes back to Villa and rips it up, there is not one single County fan that wouldn't have a big beaming smile on the face, because if he's not destined to be with us for whatever reason, then we all want him to go back to his parent club. And absolutely,
I wanted to play for England. I wanted to play at the highest level possibly can. If that's with Villa, Celtic, whoever, in whatever league, I want him to be the best player and go, we helped him get there. And that's what I want. As a Louis Barry fan, that's what I want. I want him to go to the Championship and absolutely rip it up. Absolutely rip it up.
It's funny on socials, though. You'll see yesterday the Sheffield United fans all doing little snide digs, weren't they? Saying, I see Barry's finally found his level again or something. And I'd love him to get to the Championship and play Sheffield United and actually show them what he's all about, because I'm more than convinced he's got it for the Championship. It's just didn't work out.
But it's all about the right team.
Yeah.
We've all talked about why is he only doing it for us and why has he not done it on his previous loan clubs. But all players have that one team. All right, granted, he's not had that chance at his, the club that he supports and his parent club, but it's just it was your fault, Steve. Back in November, could you? I was like, no, can we stop talking about Barry? Stop talking about Barry. And then you were like, I think we're getting him back. And I was like, oh, are we? And then it all just went from there. And then since then, I hope and pray that we sign him, or even if it's a loan again. I absolutely love him.
Yeah, I was on the Villa board last night. There's a thread that I've interacted with it quite a bit since Barry signed the first time round, and the Villa fans are always keen and understand how he's performing, how he's getting on, and they really want the best for him. But they've all given up hope that he'll ever play for Villa, and they just want to cash in. And they were saying things like, let's just take 50k and a 50% sell on. I was like, sorry, 500k and a 50% sell on. I was thinking 500k is an absolute bloody bargain.
Of him now. I'll have him twice. Cheers.
Let's be absolutely honest.
Can we set up a Just Giving page to help out with this, or what?
Yeah, but do we need that? Maybe the deal's already done. Who knows?
I know. I keep hearing flashes and what have you. Nothing concrete. No actual hard evidence, but I keep hearing bits and
it comes from the same rumor mills that told us he was coming back in about November. So maybe there's a shed of truth in it. I don't know.
But can I just say, when he got subbed, rather than the Louis Barry song, just the sign him up, sign him up, sign him up, echoed around the whole of Edgeley Park was just. If I was ever going to cry at a football match, it was at that moment.
I thought you was going to say because you spilt your pint.
Don't drink in the stands, Dave.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
No, like I say, yeah, I wouldn't say Barry's back, but yeah, if he can do that for me, 70% fit, then yeah, I think that was a bit of a warning to the rest of the playoff teams that
they all think he's back.
Yeah,
I was on the Bolton. I tell you, I live a very sad existence. I'm on every forum picking it all, but the Bolton fans are like, "Oh my God, Barry's back," and that's great. That's absolutely great. If other fans are thinking that, let's strike the fear of God into them. I'm more for it. It's like, brilliant stuff.
Obviously, Barry sort of came off as a sub to sort of be rested a little bit. Jack Diamond, I think, came on in his place. I know, Andy. I think the £1 million we turned down from Luton might be the biggest mistake we made all season, in all fairness. But same again, played on the left-hand side, a little bit of a different role. Weren't too bad, I thought. But obviously, Andy didn't think so.
I said all I'd probably need to say. I don't want to sound like a broken record. I say enough on the Wednesday show, but he's just not progressed.
I think he hadn't.
And right now, and someone else has messaged me yesterday actually saying they would rather take 10 Jack Diamonds than 1 Malik Mothersill, or the other way around, whatever. Anyway, but basically in favour of saying they'd much prefer Jack Diamond. And I'm like, right now, no. I'm not going to go down that route. It's,
Yeah, no, like I said, I've said it before. Like I said, I don't think Jack has progressed really from last season. I think actually from the transfer deadline offer that came in, I think his performances have actually dropped off completely since then. Unfortunately, Tanto unfortunately seems to just can't find his form, and Fev seems to be ripping it up for Charlton in the Championship.
Good goal that yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah, and he's playing left wing back as well, isn't he, for Charlton? So
I have no idea.
Yeah,
I just know he scored a goal.
Yeah, I think he's playing left wing back for Charlton. So it is a bit of a one, but like you say, just some people find that Championship football with a little bit more time on the ball. I think League One this season has been a bit agricultural at times, and hasn't allowed sort of some flair players to actually express themselves, and I think he sort of suffered for that. And I think Malik suffered a little bit as well, because like you said, we've had teams like Lincoln and Stevenage, and they are agricultural teams as such. What they do it really, really well, and all credit to them. They've got them up in the table, and obviously Lincoln are going up as champions. But
it's a great question from Tim Baird. What are everyone's thoughts on Tanto's form? Nobody seems to be talking about it. Let's talk about it.
I think he needs to start on Tuesday, personally.
But what about his form?
No.
Well, his form is non-existent, in all fairness.
It's not good, is it?
It's non-existent. So that's why I'd start him on Tuesday, and just hopefully he can play his way into form. I think it's one of them, though.
No. Sorry to disagree and overtalk, Dan, but
that's
no.
Right.
We need. It's not mathematically done, is it? We need that. We need that. We're almost as guaranteed playoffs, aren't we?
Yeah,
but we need that point. Don't change the system. Don't change. Go with the same side that started. Then bring him on. If we're whatever we are, bring him on afterwards. We need informed players to get us over the line. And let's not face it. Every single person wants third.
Yeah.
I think if we go 2 goals up, I'd get him on.
Yeah.
But we need a clear cushion, and Adama for me starts. Like you say, I don't think we change much from yesterday, if anything. I think the only thing I might change is just give Ben Osborne a chance at left back and maybe give Teo a rest for a game.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tanto needs to earn his place, and he's just, I don't know, he just doesn't look the player he was, does he? And there's a comment in the chat from Phil Lloyd. Charlton have ruined Tanto. It sort of looks that way.
Yeah.
Definitely. Well, considering he was, like, say, this time last season, he was the hot property, in the division. He was, absolutely ripping it up. I can't remember how many goals he got in total for last season. I think it was over 20, was it?
20 wants it, I think.
Yeah. And like you say, I would say this is probably Tanto's worst season for scoring in the last 45-6 years. Even at Sutton, I think he had a better, just knocking in goals for fun at Sutton. So yeah, it's a shame. But like I say,
there is the element though, isn't there, of what Worsley's saying, that he isn't getting the game time. In all fairness, now Charlie's always come out and said that you get your minutes, you have to show them. But it seems like a lot of players these days are confidence players, aren't they? And they just need that little bit. But he got a goal, and then he started the next game. Am I right? And then he didn't really do much. And then I don't know. We all know what he's capable of. It's just sort of tapping into that. But is he sort of running out of time? Because
he's got credit in the bank. Let's be absolutely honest. He's not like
I hate that term.
I know, but it's true though. If this was another loan player that come into the club, we'd be saying he's Cosgrove Mark II. But it's not. It's Tanto. We know what he can do. We've seen him at his best, so that's why he will be given the time. So I'm not.
Do you not feel like we've got a whole team of players who are suddenly trying to find the form, and slowly but surely, one by one, is finding it? Such as Malik Mothersill didn't look so great early on in the season. Just recently, seems to be improving every game. Louis Barry improving every game. Adama Sidibe, what a signing he is! Just absolute bargain of the season, improving every game. We've got players coming back from injury, and it just seems to be that the role we're just slowly but surely improving. And if the likes of Tanto can improve as well, going into them playoffs, providing we get there, could be awesome.
Pardon?
It's not
when we get there
for certain, mate.
And we've also
I know I'm sort of diverting here, and we'll probably cover this on the Wednesday show, but Bradford should be looking over the shoulder. I'm telling you now.
Yeah. There's a few in there. I mean, look, we only need 1 point, don't we? But if we're going to lose to Vale, you're going into the last game of the season needing to win or draw. But it's not. It should be okay. We should be okay. But let's just get that point. Let's just get that point as quickly as we can.
And obviously we heard the news that Brecky's may be involved on. He's either going to be involved Saturday or Tuesday, which same again is another good news. But that might be obviously push out Tanto down the pecking order if Brecky sort of gets a bit of game time and ends up putting one in the back of the net. So that'll be interesting. We're nearly an hour, so we better start wrapping this up, I suppose. Any comments about the referee at all? I didn't think it was nothing to know about for the ref, so I thought the ref had a good game. Andy, you normally don't like refs?
No, I like refs. I just like consistent refs. Or dislike inconsistent refs. Same thing, isn't it? Anyway, no, thought it was all right. To be fair, nothing really stood out that made me piss boil. But yeah, it's all right. Yeah, same with the linesmen's as well.
I think we had a couple of yellow cards. I didn't think I wasn't upset about anything really that got me sort of boiling the piss a bit. So yeah, not too bad. Oh, Steve's put another poll up. Go on, Steve.
Quick poll. Where are we finishing? And the third or fourth? So we get home game in second leg. Fifth or sixth, we're away in the second leg, or we're not going to make it. What do you reckon?
Well, as Ross keeps pointing out, obviously a lot of my talking is called me time. I've just managed to sort my son out on a sleepover on that Saturday, so I don't care now. Finish wherever.
I think.
In fairness, I do not want to be travelling to Stevenage or Plymouth on a Thursday night.
No, I don't. No. That's why I want the home leg midweek, and I want the away leg on the Saturday. And I'd rather finish third, so we get the 3 o'clock game.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
What time do we finish? No, what time do we? And I know you sent me this, Steve. I do apologise. I would prefer the 8 o'clock game on the Saturday. So where do we finish for that?
So if we finish fourth, we get the 8 o'clock game away, possibly Stevenage or Luton on a Saturday night.
Right.
Unlikely. It could be anybody. It could be Bradford or Bolton. If it's Bradford or Bolton away, we're okay, aren't we?
It's a bit of a weird one. I think we'll get 4 points out of our next 2 games, which then will put us on, if Bolton win their game, put us on level points, 78 points each.
They'll have a better goal difference, though,
But
won't
Bolton are playing Luton next Saturday for their last game of the season. Which, like
Luton need to win to get in the playoffs, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. And there, Bradford have got Exeter who need to win to stay up.
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting. Obviously, Bolton, who are third at the moment, have got a better goal differences as they're plus 19, we're plus 12. You know, I mean, if we go and score 3-4 goals in both our next games, we might overtake them on the goal difference. But yeah, I just feel we're going to get 4 points out the next 2 games. We'll win at Port Vale on Tuesday against Port Vale, and then we'll end up getting a draw against Barnsley.
Can you imagine an 8 o'clock game though on a Saturday? That's bloody brilliant. I really want it. I know you don't want it, Steve, but
not for me.
Yeah. Brilliant. Love it. You know it's happening.
No. Hopefully not. Hopefully not.
We're not far
off now though, are we?
And it's probably going to be still probably light outside as well, which will absolutely do your mind in as well. If it's 8 o'clock kickoff at this time of year, it's going to still be a bit. It's not going to be pitch black yet, is it?
Yeah. I think that's the final comment, really, isn't it, from Phil Lloyd? Let's just put 8 past Vale on Tuesday then.
Exactly. Just a shout out to the club. I was in the main stand on Saturday, and I don't know if anyone ever sits in the main stand, but the front 3 rows were in the baking sun, and literally all the club staff came down with crates and crates of water and just giving free water to everybody who was in them front seats because they were absolutely baking. And I thought, what a great, generous gift from the club that they didn't need to do. Super.
Yeah. Well, they knew it was your birthday, so.
Yeah, I didn't get water. No,
why didn't you get one?
I'm not on the front 3 rows.
Are you not?
No, I'm on 4th row.
Well, you were good.
Are you still in the sunshine?
No.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, it's just the first 3 rows. It's the ones who get wet in the winter and they bake in the summer. So, nice gesture anyway.
Yeah, it is a nice gesture.
Trying to think, have we covered everything from Saturday's early kickoff, or we got anything else? Any other comments or anything else?
I think the only other thing is the awards. Just I don't know if anyone stayed for the awards ceremony, but Ben got Community Player of the Season. Oliver Norwood got the goal of the season against Burton at home, free kick. Yeah. And Watts won both Player of the Seasons, the Fan Player of the Season, the Players Player of the Season. I thought very well deserved.
Young
really
player went to Brad Hills. I noticed there's a picture of Brad Hills obviously posted yesterday. He's had his operation on Saturday and he's now recovering. So we wish him all the best, basically. And hopefully he's still involved in somehow. I don't know if he's actually relocated into Stockport or if he's still living in the Norwich area. But yeah, hopefully we
he'll have moved, man. He'll be at Vita Towers in Manchester, won't
he? Yeah. So, comments there.
Let's not go down that route. We're now ending the show. And for the audio listeners, this is another comment. My understanding is the price for Louis Barry has already been agreed if we're all okay with the move. Of course, we're all okay. Let's wrap it up there.
Yeah. Otherwise, it'll end up going up. Right. Thank you very much, everyone, for listening. Please like, share, comment. If you are rewatching this or you're catching it on the audio version, Jimmy will be back for the Barnsley reaction show next week, and we'll all look forward to seeing you again live at 7:00 next Sunday. So thank you very much from all of us, and we'll see you all later.
Thanks for having me. Thank you very much.
See you later.